In a world flooded with statements of concern and diplomatic hand-wringing over Gaza, one group has finally said, enough. Last week in Bogotá, Colombia, the Hague Group convened an emergency summit. Their goal, to move beyond words and finally act to end Israeli impunity. The Hague Group is a global bloc of states committed to coordinated legal and diplomatic measures in defense of international law and solidarity with the people of Palestine. Their website states, "The choice is stark. Either we act together to enforce international law, or we risk its collapse. We choose to act, not only for the people of Gaza, but for the future of a world where justice prevails over impunity. Let this moment mark the beginning of a renewed commitment to internationalism and the principles that bind us as a global community." The Bogotá conference marked a turning point, and its location in the Bolivar Room of the historic San Carlos Palace was no accident. It connected the summit's focus on justice, liberation, and international solidarity with the legacy of Simón Bolívar, the hero of Latin America's own anti-colonial struggle. Francesca Albanese, the UN Special Rapporteur for the occupied Palestinian territories, hailed the 32-nation conference aimed at ending Israel's occupation of Palestine as the most significant political development in the past 20 months. In her remarks to the conference, Albanese noted, "We are seeing the rise of a new multilateralism, principled, courageous, increasingly led by the global majority." Addressing Europe, she said, "The Hague Group has the potential to signal not just a coalition, but a new moral center in world politics. Please stand with them." Francesca Albanese and senior officials at international courts have faced sanctions and threats simply for upholding international law and seeking justice. Yet despite the intimidation, the movement is reaching critical mass. As the Palestinian ambassador told the summit delegates,
"You are the brave vanguard who are opening the door for action. You will be followed by others."
32 nations gathered in Bogotá in July 2025 for the Emergency Conference on Palestine. 12 states committed to implementing the 6 measures immediately and set a date of 20th September to coincide with the 80th UN General Assembly for additional states to join them. Consultations with capitals across the world are now ongoing. As Colombian President Gustavo Petro declared at the summit's close, "We came to Bogotá to make history, and we did. Together, we have begun the work of ending the era of impunity. These measures show that we will no longer allow international law to be treated as optional, or Palestinian life as disposable." For the first time, states pledged real, enforceable steps to end complicity in Israel's crimes. The 6 measures agreed to are arms embargo, blocking weapons, military equipment, and dual-use items to Israel; port restrictions, preventing ships carrying military supplies from docking; vessel deflagging, removing flags from ships that violate these bans; contract reviews, ensuring public funds don't support the occupation; criminal investigations, prosecuting war crimes; universal jurisdiction, enabling arrests of Israeli officials for international crimes. This is real action, something Western and even Arab states have so far refused to take. And this is only the beginning. The Hague Group is now building momentum toward the United Nations General Assembly's high-level conference on Palestine. Their actions complement the Madrid Group's legal strategy and South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. And for those who dismiss this summit as irrelevant simply because it wasn't led by Europe or America, think again. The countries in attendance represented more than 3 billion people, 1/3 of the world's population. Bogotá will be remembered as the first ripple of a tsunami, driven by the rising power of the global South and the growing force of the global grassroots majority. The international legal tools, once dismissed as weak and ineffectual, are now being sharpened by formerly colonized nations as they assert their moral leadership. For years, Palestinians have asked, where is the world? Now we have an answer. In Bogotá, where the global South is stepping up, upending the old colonial order and leading the fight for international law and the end of impunity. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you would like to see more content like this.